Hey everyone, welcome to QuaranTEA, where today we will be spilling the tea on renewable energy with Earth Uprising Mexico. Today we're going to start off with a round of introductions, saying our name, our age, our pronouns, where we're from, and of course, our favorite tea. So I'm going to start off this round of introductions. My name is Nisa Navati. I am 16 years old. I'm from Tampa, Florida. My pronouns are she, her, and my favorite tea is orange blossom tea. I'm going to pass it over to Camila now.
Hey, thank you, Nisa. So my name is Camila Gonzalez. I am 16 years old. I am from the beautiful Mexico City in Mexico. And my pronouns are she, her, and my favorite tea is dandelion tea. So, up to Zarco.
Thank you very much. I am Jerónimo Zarco. I am 16 years old. I'm also from Mexico City. My pronouns are he, him, and my favorite tea is a hemp tea I bought in China.
Great. I'm so glad that we're able to be with Earth Uprising Mexico today to talk about renewable energy and enjoy our favorite teas. We're going to move on the conversation with a little fun question. So I just wanted to ask you guys both, what is the weirdest and stupidest thing that you've done during quarantine? I understand that we're all bored and, we all must have done something dumb.
I feel like I'm failing my finals here. Everything just feels so surreal. You have no idea. I have to go to school, my own house. I don't think it's stupid. It's just so odd to really take classes at even final exams through Zoom.
I have been a victim of quarantine haircuts. So I just buzzed my hair. And I guess just for fun.
Yeah, quarantine has driven me to some really crazy things. I think perhaps the worst thing that I've done is paint clown makeup on my face.
Oh, so it isn't natural.
Okay, moving on before I get roasted by Jerónimo again. So, how are you guys doing with quarantine and, just like the spread of the coronavirus? How is it affecting Mexico and your region?
Well, I have to say, I am grateful that, unfortunately, and it's not something I am proud of, but I am privileged enough to actually have the resources to stay home. Because as we know, Mexico City is a country that is underdeveloped, and many people rely on informal trade to survive and to cover their basic needs. So from my point of view, I am taking it quite well. I have classes, I have a roof over my head, I don't really have to go out or any member of my family to maintain us. However, this is not the case in most of the republic.
Yeah, I agree with Camila. Like here in Mexico, the whole most of the economy depends on informal trade and informal economy, and people just live by day, right? So they get paid by the day. So it's very hard for them to actually go and quarantine, and it's just I think that as Mexicans, we should really consider not only a privilege but also a responsibility for those who can actually go on quarantine, because I think we have to understand that taking care of others is also taking care of yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Today we have the important responsibility of educating everyone about how the climate crisis is affecting everyone around the world. And I'm so glad that we get to start this off today with you guys.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. So I really want to talk about, especially since our theme of this episode is renewable energies. It's a topic that, for me personally, I find it so intriguing, so interesting, especially in my country. So let's start with ourselves by a bit of facts, because what is tea without facts, right? So we are one of the largest countries in the planet, and we have so many resources, natural resources, that we can use and really become one of the leading countries in renewable energies. However, nowadays, our economy, our energy is mostly based on fossil fuels. Actually, almost 90% of Mexico's energy is fossil fuels. And only 6% is zero carbon emission.
But I've heard both of you talk about Dos Bocas extensively over the past few times that we've talked with each other. Would you mind just telling us more about what exactly Dos Bocas is and what the consequences of it are?
Yes, of course. Well, one of the biggest projects, who is Dos Bocas actually, is very controversial. Right? Just because we have always been depending on oil. And this will be a refinery. And so many people think that this would be great because, one, we are one of the biggest producers of oil in the world. And two, we have been buying a lot of oil from other countries, even though we should produce it ourselves. So this may seem very good. However, it shows a lot of different factors that show that this is very good. One of them, it's obviously the problem of pollution, right? So it will be only more fossil fuels, more investment in a resource that is not reliable now. It will be, it's very controversial also because of how much it will cost, how long it will take, and especially because we should be using, now that we are in more modern times, and this government was shown to be a big change in the political situation, they are very, we could say they are stuck in the past because they think that it might have been a very good project in the 1970s. However, now we can really see that this project is not viable right now.
Do you think that the current administration is taking any efforts to combat the climate crisis? Have you seen any anything positive from the switch in administration?
Well, I think it's important to recognize that there have been efforts to reduce our CO2 emissions. Our NDCs, even though they are not enough, they have been lowering. And I think that's important. There have also been, and I am reading this, quoting, the G20 transition towards a net zero emission economy, that in June 2019, a company kicked off the first private auction for long-term contracts for renewable energy projects. There are downsides. However, there are also upsides of what has been done in this country to transition our country to a renewable energy-based country.
So many bad things have come from this pandemic, but one thing that it has shown us is that we really can unite. And, it gives me a lot of hope for our future, that maybe one day we can unite against the climate crisis. I mean, it doesn't sleep, and neither do we fighting it. Our tea, unfortunately, is getting a bit cold, so we're going to take some time to reheat. And Jerónimo and Camila will get their brains thinking. And we're going to move on to our next segment, where we have these two compete in a very fun game that we have decided to call Renewable Runway. So please enjoy the next segment. This week's fun segment will be Renewable Runway. To explain what Renewable Runway is, I'll pass it over to my colleague and co-host, Kira Lonergan.
Our competitors have been tasked with the challenge of creating fashionable works of art from the pieces that they already have at home, ready for the runways of New York Fashion Week.
If I had a sewing machine, this would be amazing.
I also did it manually, and it came out pretty good, actually.
So what are you guys exactly making for us today?
I'm doing a bucket hat.
The 5 minutes task kind of thing?
Yeah.
There was just one, you cut off the bottom part of your pants and just put it in the top part, and it's a no problem.
Wait, I'm missing the top of my hat. Oh, here. These are my jeans. You like them?
These are my jeans too. Look at them.
Oh no. If it holds together, I will be so impressed.
Yeah, you guys
Come on.
really have been working on this. So I'm surprised how much dedication you put.
Yeah, you know what? In quarantine, everything needs effort. Like right now, even sleeping is an effort.
Remembering to sleep is an effort.
Yeah, I agree with you. I lost my needle, and that scares me.
No.
So,
You know what? I did this without a ruler, so let's hope the lines are straight.
yeah, mine are also terrible.
Just 1 hour later.
Oh no, I lost my needle again.
I just realized my thread is not the same color.
I found it.
Okay, I'm gonna need some process. How's it going?
How's it going, bros?
How close are you to being finished?
So, I just finished the first part of my hat. It looks like this. And it's supposed to be the part where the top of the hat is, and it's the middle part of it. And it's supposed to go here.
But this is what's left of my jeans.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, finished.
Yeah, I finished too. Wait, just let me...
No, did you finish?
Finish, yeah.
Wait, no, I have so much.
Yes.
Shit, no.
While you're waiting for Jerónimo to finish.
I am going to do other things. You know what? I'm gonna, cover my plant.
It's fine if you make fun of me, but do not don't.
Eventually.
And we're back. We actually have a surprise announcement. The surprise judge for this competition is going to be you.
Next few days, you'll see something on our Instagram asking you to vote on whether you liked Jerónimo's jean bucket hat or Camila's jean overalls.
Don't take it personal when you lose, Camila.
Now that our tea is all warmed up again, I'm going to pass it on over to Jerónimo and Camila to talk more about the tea on the youth climate movement in Mexico.
An underage woman in this country is also a limit. Because, first of all, I am not being taken into account as I want to be taken into account because I am underage. And second, because I'm a woman. And as we know, Mexico is a really misogynist country.
I think that the biggest success of our of the youth movement is for people to be actually taken into consideration, and for people to actually find the voice, and for people to be willing to do many things in order to achieve not only their dreams but also their objectives as an activist or as just an individual person. Like every time I go on a big strike or just a general strike, I just feel very empowered and also inspired by the people who are accompanying. So I am really hopeful for what Gen Z will achieve.
So speaking of the future, what is the first thing that you guys want to do once we get out of quarantine?
See my friends, I am so done.
That's pretty much all I can think about right now. Like, I do love my family, but I also hate them sometimes. You'll get me.
Is there just any last words that you guys want to say?
Stay strong, especially during quarantine. Stay hopeful, and know that there will be a tomorrow.
And also, regarding the climate crisis, just remember that if we just keep pushing, we will make it.
Yeah, and I believe, Jerónimo, you had a little hint as to what country we will be talking with next time on QuaranTEA.
So, the next country is a place where, like almost half a century ago, this quote originated, which I think is very pertinent. Be realistic, demand the impossible.
It's been so amazing talking with you guys, and we are going to leave this final episode of QuaranTEA with our question of the week.